I'll say this, the Olympics for Muay Thai, all right, for IFMA that runs these international competitions allows pros to fight with amateurs. According to some laws in the US, they can't do this either, but they do. Sawadee Kop. Welcome to this episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast. Today is Friday, July 11th. I'm coming to you live from Teep Studios in Scottsdale, Arizona. I also got our TikTok live followers coming in here. I have Benny Muay Thai from Ethiopia come chatting it up. He's been on here a couple times asking questions and stuff too. I also want to give a shout out to the Muay Thai community Discord server. Still going strong, over 600 strong. The Muay Thai community on Discord. We're working on some other things to get more active in there. I've been I didn't forget about it. I want to do more stuff with it. I'm just trying to get some help. So if you're out there and you're active on Discord or you know about Discord and you want to help, you want to be a part of an awesome community, reach out to me. Just go to podcast.puumuaythai.com. All right. So things I've been up to. We've been getting finalized on our new location in Ventura. That was like a whole headache and a half. I was like literally living on my phone, traveling. I had that earpiece in my ear for like weeks on end, just working and talking to people because there's contractors, there's government licensing, there's electrical, there's stuff that's happening where people aren't fulfilling stuff they're supposed to, and you're having to call, credit card problems, financing issues. You got just not to mention actually like operating the business. So we're working on hiring some help and stuff like that as well. Speaking of hiring, Pu'u Muay Thai is always hiring. If you're ever interested, you can always go apply at careers.puumuaythai.com. We're always hiring, but doesn't mean you're always going to get an interview. But you can always put your application in if you're ever interested. There's various positions that are on there. Go check it out. So kind of getting into it a little bit. I see that we have some questions coming in on TikTok. I'll address these here in just a bit. Next thing we're doing is we're preparing for our next Eat Sleep Teep 4 event presented by Ghost Brand. All right, so Ghost Brand, shout out to them stepping in. They're our title sponsors for Eat Sleep Teep California. All right, so shout out to Ghost Brand for making this vision happen and allowing us to commit. We're going to be having, so we have this one and at least 3 more after this. So with their help, we're able to do this. So go check them out, Ghost Brand. I'll put a link down in the show notes as well on this episode. But you'll probably hear more about them. The Eat Sleep Teep 4, that's going to be on, we announced it the day of the last Eat Sleep Teep event. It's going to be on August 23rd in Ventura, California. I'm also going to be hosting a ring official course for a ring official course I'm a part of. It's Siam Standard Muay Thai Ring Officials. You can go to muaythairingofficial.com to learn more about it. But we're doing our in-person training the day before. They get hands-on training the day of the event as well. So that's going to be coming up. Really stoked for that. It starts all online. So you do online training. It's all your coursework. And then we do hands-on training the day before. And then you go get practice the next day at an event. So it's for a semi-contact event. It's going to be great. Next thing, Teep Studios is moving. We are moving. Teep Studios been here for a little over a year now. And we are going to be moving. We're still going to be in Scottsdale, but just got a little bit better deal on a new space, and it's got more amenities. They actually have a gym on site, so if you come visit Teep Studios, we can hit some pads and stuff like that too. Got a shower, steam room, the whole 9 yards. So super stoked for that, especially when our team comes out to Arizona, when they're coming through for the tournaments. We have a place to kind of shake out if we want to. That's coming up in the coming months, so there might be a downtime. I'll talk more as it's getting closer to it, but just signed our lease, getting ready to go, getting ready to move, slowly transition stuff over there as well. One of the other things that we had going on, speaking of Muay Thai, we are actually, I was part of the the editorial for Matt Lucas's new book. Shout out to Matt Lucas. He's been here on the podcast a couple times, not here at Teep Studios though. So he has his new book. This one is Muay Thai, The Complete Insider's Guide to Training, Fighting, and Business. So it's a pretty substantial book. So this was supposed to be version 2 of his On Fighting in Thailand book, but he decided to encompass some more stuff in regards to Muay Thai. So he has a bunch of fighters that come in here, a lot of fighters I know personally, and they're giving a lot of great insight and knowledge in here. And yeah, I recommend going to check it out. I was going to buy it anyways. I don't get commission on this, by the way. This is just me plugging a good resource for the Muay Thai community. Anybody that's interested in Muay Thai, we sold Matt Lucas's books at our Ventura Academy. We sold out of them. And I'll probably get some copies of this to sell at the Ventura Academy as well. Go check it out. I highly recommend it. It's a great update to the book as well. I also got a little mention in the back of the book too. So that was a cool little perk here. I'll just hold up to the camera. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm stoked on it. It's good to get put in there a little bit. Shout out to Steeny Snaps for the gift as well over on TikTok. All right, so speaking of Thailand, we have the Pu'u Muay Thai training camp. The next one in Bangkok, Thailand is going to be December 8th to December 13th. If you would like to join us in Bangkok, Thailand with yours truly, I will be there. I'll be your mentor. I'll be your guide. I'll be your person that helps you in Thailand at Kiet Kem Ton Gym. If you want to go, just go to thailand.puumuaythai.com and just go fill in your interest. We'll send you all the details, watch a video, goes over all pricing, what's included, what's not included, what we're going to do, and who it's for. Because last time we had somebody who'd never trained Muay Thai before, and it is perfect for something like that. I'm so jealous because their first time training Muay Thai was in Thailand. That's freaking sweet, especially at a gym like that, like Kiet Kem Torn. Benny Muay Thai is asking, how can you get the Matt Lucas book? It's on Amazon. Here you go. You might want to screenshot that right there, man. Screenshot it. Boom, there you go. Just look up this title. I think he has an ebook, so you don't need to order it, but it's on Amazon. You find it down there. I highly recommend it, especially you're saying that you're going to Thailand. I think it's great. So if you're going to Thailand and you're wanting to know more about Muay Thai, I think this is going to be a great opportunity for you to also join over to the camp in Bangkok. It's heart of Muay Thai. This is where you're going to want to go, where you want to join, okay? I've talked about it in length here. That's not the main thing. It's just kind of what I've been up to. All right. I see a question here from somebody that says, I trained Muay Thai for years and I stopped working for 3 years. How long to wait to get back into sparring? It's from Persian Bruce Lee over on TikTok. So if you have layoff, remember, it depends on your age. All right. If you're an older athlete, if you're above, if you're a 32 and above and you were training for a long time before that, spar slow. You should know your level, right? If you're younger, don't worry too much about it, but also it depends on the intensity and what you consider sparring. If it's play sparring, you should be able to do that relatively soon. So, and for those that are on TikTok, by the way, I'll double tap the screen. Let me know that you're here. That helps support the stream. I know we're at around 600 something likes right now over on there, but I think it's important to have balance and listen to your body. So get consistent, train it. Do a week or 2 classes and then start doing some play sparring if you're feeling not confident in it. I hope that helps you, man. So I actually just had something kind of sent into me as well. So I'm literally just reading this out the fly. Shout out to Bob for sending this to me. Scandal in Italy raises alarms over Muay Thai governance. From a Facebook page called Dansk Muay Thai Verbund. July 7th, Muay Thai's bid for full Olympic recognition is facing serious challenges following a controversial international event that has triggered legal action, ethical concerns, and widespread criticism of sport's global leadership. The Amazing Muay Thai Festival held last month in Roseto degli Abruzzi, so this is in Italy, was promoted as a major cultural and sporting showcase backed by Thailand's government. High-profile attendees include Thailand's Minister of Tourism, the president of the Thai Olympic Committee, emphasizing the event's perceived significance. But what was intended as a celebration has quickly become a crisis. This is the first I'm hearing about this. Violation of local laws and child safety standards. Ooh, that's not good. When you're having another Bob Carmel episode, those fools are good storytellers. I'll make sure to share that, man. I'll be happy to share that on with Bob. He's got stories for days, man. We haven't even got into stuff where he was going over to Pride Championship with Mark Kerr and Mark Coleman in them. So let's get on to this. So what is this? What does it say? Child safety standards. Italian authorities are now investigating the event after reports confirm that children under the age of 14 participated in full contact bouts. A direct violation of Italian law which strictly prohibits such activity for minors. Man, literally on the thing is to talk about these different laws in different countries was like on today's episode for me to talk about. So this is kind of falls in line with it. Okay. I don't know how accurate this is. I'm literally just reading this from this page that got sent to me. It just said, how about this shit? Right. The event was organized by WBC Muay Thai, a body not recognized by Italy's National Olympic Committee or sport. So I don't, WBC Muay Thai has events in Italy, so I don't know what that has to do with anything. Despite organizers' assurance that children would only participate in demonstrations, video evidence shows minors engaging in full contact competition, receiving medals. Yeah, kids. I saw kids competing there. We had kids from USA competing there. So the committee has filed a formal complaint with the International Olympic Committee, adding to the controversy. Critics are questioning how the president of the Thai Olympic Committee could publicly support intended and sanction events outside Thailand's jurisdiction. I mean, I can tell you exactly why. They're stoked to see Muay Thai growing. They don't understand all these different laws, and I can't speak for them, but I'm just gonna say it's like there's a lot of shit when it comes into regulations and stuff like that too. This is not a cultural exchange. It's a clear violation of international standards or national laws, said one Italian official. So who's the Italian official? You cannot disguise an unrecognized world championship as a cultural event. Governance in crisis. The scandal has revealed broader structural issues within the global Muay Thai community. Ooh. So let's get this over here. Critics argue that the lack of regulatory enforcement in Thailand is being exported internationally with potentially dangerous outcomes. You know, Thailand Sports Authority actually just released a new standard and criteria as well. By the way, this article, this press release looks totally chat GPT, by the way. There's a lot of EM dashes and shit like that in there. 100% this is like, so like, if for those that don't know AI, it has what's called like AI hallucinations. So it can just make up shit sometimes. Just to be aware, like, I don't know how edited this was or this source at all. Okay. It says with approximately 1,500 attendees, the event likely generated over $500,000 US in registration fees. I mean, they don't know that. So, excluding additional sponsorship provided by Thai government's agency, there's no clear competition standard, and traditional Muay Thai elements such as white crew, ritual, and live strong music were noticeably absent. They did have clear competition standards. WBC Muay Thai has a whole amateur rule book, as does like IFMA, as does like any tournament that's worth its weight has like tournament rules and regulations put out there. So I think that's fit. I'm gonna call it my American fake news. Fake news. All right. So Muay Thai Olympic aspirations jeopardy. Muay Thai has made important strides towards Olympic inclusion. It's not going to get included in the Olympics, guys. I'm telling you. What's up, Coach Ryan? How you doing? Some shit right now. You're just coming in on TikTok Live from the WBC Muay Thai thing. Sounds like a IFMA, like WMC, WBC political push against each other here. So yeah, here it is right here. So Muay Thai has made significant strides towards Olympic inclusion. Like, I'm all for like sports getting exposure. I just don't think Muay Thai is going to get to the Olympics. And this is somebody that really wants Muay Thai to be there. We have the freaking Olympic thing up on the wall, but I don't think it will. So because the word Thai is in it. Cambodia doesn't like that. Malaysia, Laos, Myanmar, like they all have their own stand-up art. Why would they put Thai in it? That's the argument. All right, so I'm gonna get back onto this. Muay Thai has made important strides towards Olympic inclusion with the adoption of anti-doping protocols, gender equity measures, and standardized international competition structure. However, many of these reforms have been implemented by IFMA, so that's International Federation of Muay Thai Associations, international leadership, not by Thailand itself, where professional child fights remain common and loosely regulated. That's not wrong about that part. IFMA's headquarters is located in Lausanne, Switzerland, the Olympic capital, despite maintaining a presence in Thailand. Yes, Stephen Fox, he goes around, right? Now, the country's bid to host the 2030 Youth Olympic Games is under increased scrutiny. Observers are asking Thailand can credibly promote Olympic ideals while supporting events that violate the laws of host nations and put children at risk. I'll say this, for the Olympics, for Muay Thai, all right, for IFMA, IFMA, that runs these international competitions, allows pros to fight with amateurs. according to some laws in the U.S., they can't do this either, but they do. Because they get IOC has the U.S. Olympic Committee. If the U.S. Olympic Committee allows something, then the local jurisdiction laws don't really have a presence. But not saying it's like that in Italy, all right? But it's not standard here. Whereas the sport could fracture entirely. Nah. All right. So if Thailand doesn't reform and stop interfering, it may never be accepted into the Olympic fold. Honestly, like why? Okay. While I understand you might be frustrated with that, I honestly think that at the end of the day, if you can't work with the Thai government to be behind on it, like if they're showing up at these events and it goes against like your narrative, like maybe it's not the thing to do, right? It's Thailand's sport. Let them do what they're gonna do with it, right? Like you said, these organizations, like WBC is originally from Mexico, right? Boxing. IFMA's, like they're saying they're in Switzerland. So distance Muay Thai from political and commercial agendas that compromise athlete welfare and integrity. If that means suspending or boycotting Thailand's participation until reforms are made, so be it. Oh man, this is... It said one European Federation representative. I don't know who that representative is, but dude, this sport belongs to the people of Thailand. Muay Thai this is I didn't expect this episode to encompass this, but man, how the turns have tabled, right? So unless decisive steps are taken, Muay Thai's Olympic future may be over before it truly begins. John Thompson is an investigative journalist and international sports correspondent specializing in Olympic affairs, sports governance, athlete welfare. So yeah, okay. So WBC Muay Thai actually responded here, so it's good because they're talking about it, right? It says, hello, Dance Muay Thai. Hope you're doing well. Let's be clear here. What you're saying above statement is absolute nonsense and lies. Ooh. In fact, it's quite stupid and clown-like. I'm quoting WBC Muay Thai here. Their official page. I'm assuming that's their official page on Facebook. So you need to mind your own business. You nor any organization you associate with has any global governing authority over the sport of Muay Thai in any shape or form, over the activities of the WBC Muay Thai, nor the activities inside the amazing Muay Thai World Festival. Thank you. We're checking in to see if you guys are happy to send us the name and contact details of the author of the untrue and stupendous allegations in the post. Ooh, shit, man. This is getting... I'm going to screenshot this stuff for you guys. We'll get this on screen. Who posted that? Coach Ryan, I'll send this to you. I'll send this to you over on Facebook, man, because it's Facebook posts. But I'm screenshotting this. Screenshot. This is happening live right now on the cusp. So yeah, there's like laughing emojis and shit too. So people are obviously... It's interesting to see this. So it looks like there's a lot of figureheads in Muay Thai that are coming in, but let me just share this with Ryan real quick before I forget. Let's do the other part. So we're checking to see if you guys are happy to send us the name and contact details of the author of the untrue and stupendous allegations in the post. It would be great if you could also provide details of proof of the allegations in your post and evidence and source of allegations. Yeah, so what laws did they break and stuff like that too? Like, it'd be interesting to see. I don't know it. And I see Walt Zink is a photographer. He works Warriors Cup. He said, in the U.S., different states have different rule sets regarding combat sports and fighters. Coaches do respect those different rule sets. This is truly the case that Italy doesn't allow full contact, and there was a full contact match involving minors. Would there not be a direct violation of the Italian law? I guess it would be the kids had full gear on. But I mean, that's still full contact. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of leave that for where it is. Okay, I'm not going to get too in the weeds on this, but yeah, like I said, I'll have this up. So coming to you live, breaking news, right? Kind of getting into that is like talking about these different laws and these different things is like, I wanted to talk about this because I had a scenario that I saw happen here in the United States is pro fighters in USA, right? What defines a pro fighter versus like an amateur in regards to status with the boxing commissions in different states here in the US? So I talked about it briefly is if you fight professional in boxing, you cannot go fight in an amateur tournament in Muay Thai just because you can have 30 fights, and you could have just been training Muay Thai for 3 months. You cannot enter an amateur competition if you have fought pro in boxing. If you have fought pro in kickboxing, you cannot go fight amateur in Muay Thai. Just like you can't go fight amateur boxing. You're not supposed to. This is here in the US. If you fight professional in MMA, mixed martial arts, you cannot go fight amateur in Muay Thai. It's not allowed. There's some amateur style competitions that allow pro athletes to be in it, and they have a pro division. IFMA being one of them. And then I believe the TBA SA tournament, which does not have a boxing commission that oversees in the state of Iowa for Muay Thai. They have a pro division, like where they allow it to open, like you're going to be fighting against pros. But in the US, if you have like an amateur fight night, a pro cannot enter that. So if you're a pro in boxing, just because you have a low experience in kickboxing and Muay Thai doesn't mean you can go enter amateur competition. In this situation, a fighter from another country who's been in the US and fighting pro boxing entered an amateur competition, an amateur kickboxing event, and they had a different name than what they were fighting in pro boxing. So you couldn't just like Google up their name, right? It was seen on their shorts a different name, right? And the commission looked it up and they found his pro boxing record. That's what happened. So it seems that people don't understand the law here, and it's important to know that anybody coming to the United States, you need to understand this, because I know in Europe is different. I know in Mexico is different. Thailand is different. Obviously, different countries. We're hearing about this shit in Italy that's going on, these allegations. So if you fight pro in any combat sport, you can't fight amateur in the U.S. Like, just think of that as a baseline. Like, I know there's some little odds and exceptions, but it's very rare. So if you are fighting pro in any sport, in combat sports, you cannot fight as an amateur. I'm going to say it as a blanket statement. Yes, there are some exceptions, but those are few and far in between. All right. They'll explicitly say if they do, or if there's a rule or something that you have to follow. All right. I wanted to put this out there because we do have an international audience that listens. You're part of that, right? And watches on YouTube. And if you're a part of that audience, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. I want you to help bump up that viewership number. Again, like, where else are you getting this shit live from? You're going to hear about this. Like this article that is not, you're going to hear about this. It's going to start having some effects. Like, it literally just came out. All right. And going into that more controversy, there's like a update on the one championship debacle. So like, I don't know if you don't follow the Muay Thai Podcast Instagram, the link's down in the description. We post on our stories and stuff like that too. So it's very interesting to see what happens. So I guess one championship worked with the Thai government. The one championship is now going to be bringing back 5-round authentic Muay Thai fights. I don't know if they're going to bring the big glove. I hope they do for it, because it discourages the slugging to get that knockout bonus. Chatri also said that he's not going to be giving out as many bonuses for sluggers, for people who are just trying to hunt for the knockout. He wants some good Muay Thai. But the argument for me on that is then allow them to clinch. Bring the clinching back. Like, if you're there on TikTok and you're listening and you don't know, or if you're listening to this, leave a comment down below. Say, bring back the clinch. Bring back the clinch. Because clinching is a part of Muay Thai. And even with the small gloves, like, it allows more clinch action. They can do different things. They can snake their hands in more. There's better control positions. It can be more active. Like, come on, let them do it. Right? If you have the small gloves on, at least let them clinch more. Because now you have more access to be able to clinch and move your hands in different hand positions. All right, more opportunities for elbows. There's not a big glove block in it, right? That's like preventing your hand from getting up and inside. So I'm a fan of it. Elbows are going to be more brutal. I agree, Ryan, over Coach Ryan. But the thing is, for people, is they really they need to understand what kind of like this global shift in Muay Thai, right? When they introduce those small gloves in the KO bonuses, like Get Cantonos on those gyms, they're a clinch heavy gym. They started bringing in boxing trainer twice a week just to work on boxing, because they knew they had to adapt their style because they weren't allowed to clinch anymore. That was their strong suit, right? So, and they wanted those KO bonuses. It's good money. Going back into that, there was these articles. I've talked about them here on a couple of them. And Chatri came out and spoke. And actually, one of the writers for the article as well commented back, and like me and him have been talking as well. So maybe I think we're gonna get him on the podcast. He has some family here in Arizona, so You can get all sides of the coin because they're predominantly do more like MMA media with UFC and other MMA organizations, and they cover some Muay Thai and kickboxing stuff too, but not really. So I'm stoked to get that perspective. But one of the things I brought up just to consider for everybody is with negative press for one coming out from these media that predominantly cover UFC and stuff like that, whether they know it or not, they're gonna have a biased view because the UFC stuff gets them clicks. It gets that, which they monetize through their media channels and they make money on. Just like people who are watching here on the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast on YouTube, that will allow us to get to a point of monetization. That is the goal. I want to monetize their YouTube channel, right? I want to monetize the podcast. I want these things so that way we can continue to do it for years to come, and it provides jobs and opportunities and growth in Muay Thai. It's not hard, right? But with like these other organizations that work in report law and the UFC, of course, like, so Dana White, if you don't know how the U.S. Law system works here, there's something they call lobbying. So if we have a law, maybe it's a law that's going to affect fighting competitions or promoters, like or organizations such as UFC, what they will do, because they have so much money, they will pay people to lobby. What that means is they'll pay people, they'll donate to political campaigns for certain politicians that have voting power. They'll pay for people to go down and bring these politicians out to lunch and talk to them about the counter issue for the law that they're trying to put through, or if they're trying to push through a law of why they should vote yes for it and pass it. So the UFC, Dana White, it's very open on I think it's Open Secret. Let me just Open Secrets, I think it is what it is, .org. Start your search. Let's see. Dana White. So donors. Let's look this up. Yeah. So you can see this right here. There's a whole donor list for like monies to candidate. You can look this up. Dana White, Las Vegas, money to candidate, president. You know, there's so many different things that kind of go in here. You can look this up. It's known that the UFC lobbies for their interests. One of the things they're lobbying right now is they want to change the Muhammad Ali Act. This is a federal law in the U.S. that protects boxers. It has some set up a pension fund, things like this they have to pay into, or the promoter pays into over time. And one of those things that the Muhammad Ali Act establishes is that you cannot be the matchmaker, the promoter, and the regulator. Okay? Because that creates an unfair monopoly for the fighter where the fighter's best interest isn't always involved. They tried to absorb mixed martial arts into the Muhammad Ali Act. They did not successfully lobby that. Or actually, they successfully lobbied against that happening. All right. Mixed martial arts was going to get absorbed into it, but there was a lot of lobbying that went into that prevented that from happening. Dana White is now lobbying to change the Muhammad Ali Act for boxing because he's getting involved in boxing with Arabs and stuff like that. And he wants to be able to do this. He wants to be able to UFC-ify, new word, right? Boxing. And he's saying boxers are going to love it. Well, that whole class action lawsuit it was like an antitrust lawsuit the UFC just went through. And people are getting settlements, man. I mean, shit, look what happened to Ben Askren. It doesn't have any like healthcare or anything like that, man. Like, come on. So Muhammad Ali Act would have like a pension fund that these guys would have that would help cover some of this stuff and some of the aftercare and after effects of being a pro fighter. Or at least in theory, that's what it's supposed to do, right? Is it more regulation, money that goes to nowhere in government, or does it actually go to, I don't know. If anybody's out there that wants to talk more about the Ali Act or knows somebody who's benefited from it as a boxer that's retired, let me know. Like, drop a comment. All right, reach out, podcast.puumuaythai.com. Apply to be on the show. Let me know. So these lobbying efforts, I know he has to be doing this to some degree for his competition. When he sees one doing this, of course he's going to try. He's tried to keep them out of the U.S. It was a big deal for them. Talked about it numerous times to be in the U.S. And there's a reason why it happened in Colorado. A shout out to the executive officer, Tony Cummings, for enabling that to happen. He helped make that happen there in Colorado. The competition is good for the sport. All right. But that in a nutshell, a lot of people, there's backlash on the 5-round thing. People were making fun of Chatri. Chatri came out with a whole statement on Facebook on July 9th. This is like a day after what I was saying is like there might have been like some lobbying and stuff like that. So let me read Chatri's statement. Over the last several years, as one has grown exponentially in popularity around the world, it has become a target of increasingly sophisticated online, but put it right here in front of me, right? So I can look at you guys. Online and PR attacks by malicious parties. The goal of these attacks is to spread false narratives and paint a distorted picture of one through misleading and or outright untrue information. In 2025 alone, we have seen everything from AI-generated deepfake videos of me to thousands of fake troll accounts to discredit one on social media and forums, to articles filled with misinformation. Some, quote, journalists, unquote, have even gone so far to make false claims that our Amazon Prime partnership in the US ends this year, 2025. The truth is that is a 5-year deal that runs through mid-2027. Other folks have misrepresented one's financials by taking a single subsidiary of one and presenting it as an overall group results. In many ways, these tactics resemble a dirty political smear campaign, except I'm not running for any political office, and no one else at one is either. And he has a laughing emoji. So I'll say this as myself. Like, I could have some confirmation bias on this, right? He confirmed what I was suspecting is probably going on. That is confirmation bias 101. So, like, you got to look at both sides. There's 3 sides to every story, right? Go back to this. These attacks have happened before, and they will likely happen again. While my team and I are certainly frustrated, we understand that it comes with the territory when building a young, high-profile global brand that is something bold and meaningful. Sadly, there are some who simply want to see one fail. Now, to be clear, one is not perfect, and we do not claim to be. We make some mistakes, we fail, we drop the ball. Sometimes different country teams must be downsized to make room for growth. In other countries, sometimes events need to be rescheduled for reasons outside of our control. In any given year, a certain percentage of our athletes roster may be unhappy, just like any other company or sports organization. True. I mean, you'll see antitrust lawsuit. As much as my team and I try our best for our athlete, we sometimes make mistakes and let people down. Where I can say, though, is that my team and I genuinely try our best to create win-win opportunities for everyone with whom we work with, or whom we work, all right? Man, that's a lot to unpack. Some athletes are completely justified in their concerns, and we always try to collaborate and resolve those situations behind the scenes. But in other cases, the complaints are not always grounded. Some athletes might feel they deserve a title shot or a different opponent. Others might be struggling with a string of losses and looking for someone to blame. Some might even believe they deserve more money. No one is necessarily right or wrong in these situations, as just a reflection of different perspectives. Man, that's a long one. Financially, it takes a lot to build a global sports property. For many years, we were running extremely high costs, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to skip through this. That whole statement, like, there's a lot. But so, yeah, I'll put it here. Since day one, our mission has been to unleash real-life superheroes who ignite hope, strength, dream, and inspirations. Their stories of triumph over adversity, victory over impossible odds, inspire greatness in everyone, everywhere. I agree. You are the reason one has skyrocketed. Together, we have built an extraordinary movement across the planet, one built on courage, compassion, and will to defy the odds. At the end of the day, I truly believe that good values triumph over evil, and love always defeats hate. Let's rally our families and friends, or friends and families to join us. Let's rally strangers to support us. Let's rally the entire world to embrace our movement, because we are one. So, I mean, Chadry is going to speak the best of his ability on his own organization. Same with Dana White. They're going to do the things that are best for that organization. Absolutely, 100%. You got to look at the whole perspective from not only where these countries, like where these organizations are based, their market share they pull in. I was just talking the other week about Dana White talking about not doing kickboxing, but like, why wouldn't he do Muay Thai, right? So who knows really what's going on behind the scenes when it comes into that push-pull. I like one, but their MMA stuff, like their MMA cards, they suck. I'll just say it. Like, compared to UFC, like if you want good MMA, or like the exciting MMA fights, they're on the UFC. If you want exciting Muay Thai fights, they're on one, right? And the kickboxing fights, like, that's fucking great. That's the stuff. That's the shit that I want to see. Muay Thai Junkies, right? I'm wearing this shirt. Shout out to Muay Thai Junkies again. I love this shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. So there, like I said, there's just a lot to unpack here, and my goal is to give you a perspective on and give you context to everything. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you want to support, subscribe to this channel. If you want to support for $5 a month, You can support this channel. Links down below in the description. If you're listening to this, please, like, I know it's on every episode, but if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, leave the podcast. Please leave us a review. I hate to beg, but I'm begging, man, because this helps us get our message out there and to continue to serve for years to come as the Muay Thai Podcast. Not only do you support and subscribe, you're also going to get exclusive behind the scenes access through our Black Room community. I'll see you in there. Swadee Cop.